Welcome back to Buzzworthy Businesses on Buzz TV. I'm your host, Mike White, and joining me today is one of the sexiest gentlemen in show business, one of the greatest guys I've ever met, and the one gentleman I'd always loved to work for, Ken Brady.
Mike, I can't even live up to that.
Welcome. Well,
obviously you're blind.
Well, I figured that anytime you come visit, you're always asking where the alcohol is. So I decided when you'd come today, we're just going to put it in front of you because it's what time in the morning?
It is 10:10.
Look at that, 1010 XL.
I like it. Radio Karma.
So we just wanted to talk about a few different products with you today. Are you a bourbon or a rum person?
I am more bourbon today.
Excellent. So when it comes to bourbon, what makes a good bourbon for you? Do you drink it neat? Do you drink it on the rocks?
All depends on the bourbon. So if it's not a high-end bourbon, I'll do an old-fashioned. If it's a high-end bourbon, I tend to like it neat or on the rocks. But yeah, with the gentleman's cube, that's probably my preference.
Okay. Now rum. Do you drink rum?
I used to drink a lot of rum.
All right. So we have this new client we're working with. I'm going to set these bottles over here. And I want to do a taste test. So,
keep in mind it is 10:10.
That's all right. So, all right, this is YOLO Rum.
Okay.
It's a company been around about 12 years. Jennifer Carroll, great team, runs this company. Yeah. And
familiar with her?
So, I am also a bourbon person. And we've been sampling this around the office. Actually, this is probably the fourth bottle we've gone through in the past couple days. But I would like to know your honest opinion. So cheers to 10:11 in the morning.
Yeah, l'chaim.
Isn't that smooth?
That's very smooth.
So talking about advertising now.
Wow, that's really good.
I'm going to switch this over. So you're in the radio business, been in the radio business for how many years?
Wow, at least 40.
All right, so let's talk about advertising. You've got a product here, YOLO Rum. Obviously, as a smaller brand, they're getting out there. They don't have the deep pockets that a Bacardi or someone else does. So if you were representing this company, helping them do advertising, how would you utilize 1010 XL to get this product to market?
Well, probably the easiest way to gain ground fast is to get an endorser, is to get an influencer, and have that person talk about the benefits of the product. And then most importantly, and this is where potentially a lot of programs fail, stay so focused on the copy. You know, recipes, ideas, parties, sampling, expositions, where you're going to be sampling the product. And really, week to week, stay so focused on keeping the product relevant and not just wallpaper. Hey, tastes good, I really like it. You know, I really like it because of what, and this is where to get some samples. And, that's probably, I think, the fastest way to maximize a smaller budget.
Is radio a good place for a product like this to get out there, or would you choose a different media?
I think radio, candidly, is the best place, and our station is probably the best station for two reasons. Radio is still reaching magnificent portions of the population. Although we don't subscribe to Nielsen, if you look at Nielsen, there are radio stations in some cities that cume 700,000 people. There are radio stations in major markets that cume 1 million. If you look at the ratings of those stations versus CNN, those stations have more listeners than CNN has viewers.
What's the time spent listening, though?
I don't have that data, but if you can get in front of that kind of audience with some frequency, radio works fantastic. If you can be in a community-based radio station where the community is listening, like 1010 XL, it's live, it's local, where to your point, the time spent listening is going to be greater, that's even better. The good news is a large community radio station has a great reach. The bad news is you probably need a little more frequency. A radio station like 1010, you're going to be dialed in on where it matters, where people are dialed in and want to know more, they're listening to listen, and you're going to have their attention.
All right, so on 1010, I want to take YOLO Rum. Now, what does YOLO mean to you, by the way?
I have no idea. Right now, it means very tasty.
You only live once.
Okay.
All right, so you only live once. We're going to come and do a campaign with 1010. To do frequency, as you say, what is a rough 1 week budget that I would have to invest with a frequency enough to get the audience to react to it? And how many weeks would you recommend that I advertise?
So you need roughly around 15 primetime commercials.
Okay.
And that's going to be somewhere around $900 to $1,100 a week.
Is Saturday 6A to 7A prime time?
No, Monday through Friday.
Oh, so I'm going to have the slot 6A. I'm just kidding.
Well, it's
so, all right.
but you are paying a very reasonable price for that.
There you go. So 6A to 7A is not, but prime time, Monday through Friday, prime time is what?
6A to 8P. Okay. That's where our real focus is with the local programming.
Okay. And then I'm going to each commercial during prime time costs approximately what?
$80 to $95, depending. Like if you're in football season and you approach us in September, it's going to be elevated. If you're, right now, it's roughly around $80.
So it's going to cost about a $5,000 a month, $15,000 investment to get a good frequency.
So this is where we can kind of chisel and play with it. I'd recommend being on 3 weeks a month.
Okay. Do you take barter deals?
That's not out of the question.
All right.
But because we certainly could do gifting, and we've done that with alcohol before. The Citrus Distillers people, through Brackish, through their whiskey.
What if I'd like to join you on site at your live events? So if we get an endorsement through one of your on-air talents, and instead of just gifting, we'd like to go to market with you. Do you offer that?
We do. The challenge, it's not really a challenge, it's too strong a word. We would need permission. So there's some to have you on site. There are some restaurants where maybe because they don't carry it, they're not excited about having a sampling of alcohol, but there are other places where, they would.
All right, now we're talking. So if my challenge is to get inside restaurants, we could partner with Station and have us create a cross promotion with you that you would help bring us in to ask permission.
Oh yeah.
So radio goes beyond just the on-air part.
Where you're at, let me put it in reverse. As you get a portfolio of restaurants or places, we'll do live broadcasts to help promote the fact that you're there.
So we could co-op and go into the restaurants and say, if you come in and buy a case of the product, we'd love to partner with you and bring our partners at 1010XL out to do a live broadcast. And it becomes a win-win.
Very much so.
Man, radio's more than just on-air AM. Oh, wait, you're FM too, aren't you?
We are.
And streaming?
Streaming. Mike, we're everywhere. TikTok, Instagram.
Are you on TikTok personally?
Not me personally. That's something you probably won't find.
How do you consume social media?
I'm more of a Facebook guy. So there's some and I keep track of Twitter because that's the sports conversation. I'm being forced into Instagram, which I probably will join. So what we try to do is have content everywhere our customer can digest it. So we're pushing out videos, we're pushing out ideas, we're pushing out features all the time. We partnered with the players where we're literally producing at their direction fun videos that will air on our platforms and be shared on theirs.
So let's see if I can do this. Would you look at the camera and say, YOLO rum, you only live once?
YOLO rum, you only live once.
Thank you for joining us today on
My
Buzzworthy
pleasure.
Businesses. Love you and looking forward to working for you someday if you'd ever allow that.
Be my honor.
To find out more about Ken Brady and all the amazing things 1010XL can do to promote and increase sales for your business, visit us at dailynewsnetwork.com. We'll see you next time on Buzz TV.